prior to you guys coming on, it was just all organic.
You guys, when I looked the other day, have had like 61 million views, which is bananas.
That's good. Like, it served us a little bit, but it's inconsistent.
There's certain ingredients that if a business has these ingredients, you can put them into a good recipe and you can cook up a good funnel and a good strategy.
4 years, like, we would run 2 intakes of these courses per year. We would sometimes get 5 people in the course. Kind of fast forwarding after we worked with you, like our February course this year, we have 34 people.
And it's like a sphere of influence, right? Like, no one just sees your ads and they're like, oh, I wouldn't mind giving you a few $1,000s. Like, they go and look at your YouTube. Oh, I checked you out on YouTube. You seemed legit. So then I booked a call, and then they see an ad again, and they'll see, you know, a few different ads a few different times, and then they go through that. So it's about creating like an ecosystem to get attention. Okay, Aaron, welcome. Aaron is one of our clients here at Persuasion Experience and a self-proclaimed plumber of the body just before this episode. So maybe, Aaron, you tell us which business you own and why. What does that mean to be a plumber of the body?
Yeah, cool. So yeah, I own a company called Melbourne Muscular Therapies, and we do bodywork, which is a little bit different to massage. It's manual therapy on the body, and it's all about fixing pain and helping people reclaim their life and live free and feel good within their body and overcome injury and dysfunction. And bodywork, it's an old, ancient kind of form of manual therapy, and the differentiation between bodywork and massage is it's massage without oil. So we're creating friction in the skin. We're pushing into people's bodies, pushing into their pain and holding these spots relentlessly. But it is supremely effective when it's done right. And that's why we call ourselves plumbers, because we're basically just unblocking these spots that have been stuck in people for so long and kickstarting the body's innate ability to heal, because our bodies are magnificent and it's capable of so much, and it's always fighting for a chance. But sometimes people get pretty banged up and caked in and stuck. So that's why we call ourselves plumbers, because we're going in and unblocking things and just getting things to flow again. And it's a nice play on words, because in our world, like, people don't like going to see a clinician. You know, no one likes going to see a white coat, you know. So if we call ourselves humble plumbers and just, you know, doing God's work, it's a nice way to actually come and see someone. And so, yeah, it's a nice play on words. But it's true. We are literally plumbers of the body.
It is true. And so you have your brick and mortar, which is the Melbourne Muscular Therapies, but you also have an amazing coaching program where you teach people what we called in our campaign the lost art of bodywork. And I can't say this to many men, but your dad has massaged me because he left whatever crazy corporate career. Was it in like sales or something? Yeah, he was in doing the sales. And your dad, big shout out, because when we're in Australia, I go to him and I am sitting like a gremlin all the time at my desk, right? And because we're always traveling, we never have an ergonomic setup. And so I think this was before, I can't remember if this was before your campaign or about the same time as your campaign. And I had gone to physios and osteos, and I get massages all of the bloody time, but it never like fixes it, right? It's like an intermission. Like, I feel okay for a bit, but like this, what you guys actually do, like actually fixes the body. And that's what excites when we're running ads for your coaching program, because all of your target market or your dream clients, they're healers, right? They want to help people, but they feel like what they've learned doesn't actually do that. And it's so interesting to have actually experienced it, because it fucking hurts, but you can feel it, like what you're saying, like, and this is how your dad described it, like cleaning out the gutters almost, and the way that you guys do that. So when did you guys decide to do the coaching program? Like, how long into the business were you like, hey, we should teach people what we're doing here?
Yeah, so we would always, whenever we'd hire new practitioners, we would always put them through an onboarding program, because we couldn't just hire any physio, myo, massage therapist, osteo, whatever, and then just get them to start in our business. Because what we did was so unique, there was an onboarding protocol that they had to go through. And we would always only keep it in-house though. So we wouldn't publicize, even though we have a pretty big YouTube channel, we would never really teach people the things that underpin our technique and go into the nitty-gritty about what makes it different. We would showcase it, but seeing it and then understanding it is completely different. But it was the pandemic, it was COVID, which made us go, you know, why are we keeping this in-house? There's so many practitioners out in the world that want to be more effective and that are yearning for something that's going to actually deliver their clients results and help them really establish thriving businesses. So yeah, it was 2020, 2021 that we thought, you know, let's let's build a course. Let's actually coach people all around the world to be better, because we have something so amazing, and we feel blessed to actually have these skills that my business partner Ninja has developed over 25 years ago. And so now it's just been about, the last 4 years has been about, right, how many people can we inspire and educate and actually get to embody these techniques so that they can pass it on and pay it forward. So yeah, it's been it's a global mission that we're on, like to try and inspire as many practitioners as we can, because we understand what it's like coming out of school and feeling like you don't know enough, and feeling like you're just doing everything that the same old Tom, Dick and Harry is doing in a saturated market. We have something that's a very niche point of difference that's very effective. And so yeah, we're on a mission now to get as many people to embody these techniques as we can, so that more humans have access to it no matter where you are around the world. So yeah, that's been the kind of evolution of how we've been taking it from in-house to global.
Hey, hope you've been enjoying today's interview with one of my clients from my agency, Persuasion Experience. We've been working very closely with them to finally crack the code on their paid ads on platforms like Facebook and Google ads to profitably scale the number of qualified leads coming into their business. So if that sounds like you and you have ambitious growth goals to scale this year, click the link in the description and we can show you exactly how we can help you to get more qualified leads in the next month. All right, back to the interview. Yeah, which is awesome. And part of, like, as you know, Matt and my philosophy is, like, if you truly have something that helps people, it should be like your moral and ethical obligation to get it into, literally you're doing it into as many hands as humanly possible. And we're so passionate. Well, Matt's also got massaged by your dad as well. I'm sure he can say that to way fewer men than me. I can't, just for the record, I can't say it to anyone except you. And for you guys, how you're growing the business, I want to touch on your YouTube, because you guys, when I looked the other day, have had like 61 million views, which is bananas. And that's obviously, like, a lot of that was, it's like you guys, because you're so charismatic and funny, but genuinely helping people and showing people. And so I'd love to know a bit more about your process for YouTube. How do you come up with ideas before we talk about your ads and stuff? And maybe you'll also talk about your Patreon, because I know that's another revenue stream you guys have created to monetize that attention.
Yeah. So YouTube, we've actually had it since 2011. So this is even pre me joining the business. So yeah, 2011, Ninja started making these videos, and it's so interesting going back and watching him on camera compared to now. It was just a shell of who he is now, which is quite amazing to see. That's the thing we love about YouTube. It's like a public diary. You can just go back in time and look at what you were spitting out back then, the content you were making, and what you look like, and you can see the evolution of you as a human, which is amazing. And because we've really ramped it up in 2016, we've got nearly 10 years of content that we've pumped out. I think we've posted over 1,100 videos, I think. So it's quite a lot of content that we've pumped out. But it's been a massive thing that's underpinned our entire business. It's like our barometer. So yeah, I mean, being able to reach 61 million people is, you pinch yourself sometimes about how many humans have actually viewed your content. But yeah, it's been amazing that we've been able to get our message across, and even though our channel is very much geared around bodywork and strength and conditioning, like, we go quite deep with a lot of our conversational stuff as well when we're on the table delivering our work too. So it's such a great medium to get some of the other things that we're really passionate about in terms of human development, personal development, self-help kind of stuff. It's just so nice that we can actually reach so many people and have a platform and a voice to get our stuff out to the world. So yeah, it's been amazing for us. And our process is, we have an in-house digital manager, Leo. So he basically does all our filming, all our editing, and all our uploading and things like that. And so we have 2 big content days every single week. So Wednesdays and Fridays, basically, we just have pre-booked in sessions for the whole year with Leo and all of our staff members to get on that platform as well. So it's a great way that we can train the staff members. Basically, you're better in the room with your client when you know how to deliver it on camera. And so we're big on getting all of our guys on YouTube, getting in front of the camera and being able to spit wisdom and be clear and concise. And that really helps us pump out the content as well, because we've got many hands to help out. So we're posting probably I'd say roughly 3 to 5 times a week on YouTube. And there's been a natural evolution into Patreon. So the people that wanted more, the people that wanted a little bit more of a fly on the wall experience and a bit of an inner sanctum look into who we are, us four guys that own the business, myself, Ninja, Jason, and Darcy. On Fridays, we do all our YouTube and Patreon content. So we actually post on Patreon every single day of the year. So we have a video every day. And yeah, that's been amazing to not only give people that inner sanctum look, but in terms of a revenue stream for our business, like that is probably the most profitable part of our business, just in terms of like effort for reward. I mean, a lot of the effort was front ended in building the platform and building the business, but yeah, Patreon's been incredible for us since we started that, also during the pandemic as well. So yeah, COVID and the pandemic, as hard as it was for running a small business, it was a huge catalyst for us to explore other options in this online space. So yeah, wouldn't change it for the world.
It's awesome. And one of the side benefits that you mentioned before about YouTube, that's so true in terms of becoming more concise and more articulate. Because if I go back to my earlier YouTubes, it looks like Matt's like off screen with a gun to my head and he's like, talk about funnels, like make it fun. And I'm just like, yeah, okay, whatever. But I never thought about that, like with you getting your team on and then them talking to clients, because it makes like your brain starts to connect these synapses of being articulate and how to explain things, which you forget when you're the business owner and you're doing so much. Like when I used to be more in the sales and stuff and doing the YouTube and talking at events, like you just get like this like crazy returns on getting better, but your team is never getting that investment into them as well. And I love that you guys do that. And so for your coaching program, then before we started running ads, most of your leads would have come from YouTube and content, right? Like for joining the programs. Yes. And how did you find the quality of the lead shifts when we went to Facebook ads? Because that can be very different. They're not as warmed up, right? Like we run Facebook ads and YouTube, and my YouTube leads are a slam dunk. My Facebook ads can be a bit harder. How did you find the difference in the quality of the leads?
Yeah, I guess like prior to you guys coming on, it was just all organic, and you know that's good. Like it served us a little bit, but it's inconsistent, I guess, and it's harder to keep that flow steady. So yeah, it served us well for 4 years. Like we would run 2 intakes of these courses per year, so a February and an August. February was always historically the quietest one. We would sometimes get 5 people in the course, whereas August would be sometimes between 8 and 12. And yeah, just kind of fast forwarding to what happened after we worked with you. Like our February course this year, we have 34 people. So we literally, like, it just was so unbelievably transformative in terms of the results that we got from going from really struggling to get 5 people in the course in February normally to getting 34 was huge. So yeah, I guess in terms of the quality of the leads from working with you guys, like at the start, like you just got to, I found, this is my personal experience, you've just got to commit. Like when you're working with a team like you guys, like I just said to myself, I've got to do a year, no matter how I feel at any point of it. Because we're at the start, it's hard. Like when you're not used to investing and doing this kind of thing, it is hard because everything's new and you're kind of wondering, is it going to work? But because I'd set that thing in my head of like, I'm going to commit to this for a year no matter how I feel. Even when I was having tizzies and having meltdowns, I was like, well, no, I've got a year, so I've just got to keep head down, bum up, keep chopping wood. And what I found was the leads would just become more high quality as the weeks went on, as the machine started to learn us and the behavioral characteristics of the people that were more qualified. Everyone I was talking to on a weekly basis just became more qualified, easier to talk to, easier to convince that this was the right pathway for them. And then not only were they getting more qualified, it's just the abundance of leads. Like previously, you know, with organic, if you get a call, you're like, oh, sweet. And mostly you would convert them because if they're booking that call when they're an organic lead, they're ready. Do you know what I mean? But it was the weight of numbers of the leads that you guys were able to generate for us, which was the real thing. And then once they got qualified, then it was just like, yeah, the abundance was there. And once my sales process improved too, I think you've got to work on your own sales process too. It's not like you can just rely on you guys sending the leads in. Like if you don't hone your technique and really get introspective on what you're doing and how you need to take responsibility for, you know, your part in converting the leads as well, like it's not going to work. So you know, for anyone that's watching this in the future and wanting to work with you guys, you know, as much as you guys hold up your end of the bargain, you still got to work on yourself. If you're the one running the sales process. Do you know what I mean? I know some people get sales teams and stuff, but yeah, that was my experience. And so I guess to sum it up, like I think just you just got to commit to a period of time and just have faith and have kind of deluded optimism that it's going to work, and it's what worked for me. And yeah, you just got to put faith and trust in you guys, which is what I did, and it really was incredible on the other end of it. And now it's just exciting to see where we take it. Like I've been talking to Matt a little bit over the last couple of weeks about what's possible now in terms of scale, and yeah, that's what I'm really excited about over the next 12 months about what we can do with this. Thanks to your work.
Yeah. Woohoo! And we knew it'd be successful. We've done this like 1,000 times. But there's certain ingredients that if a business has these ingredients, you can put them into a good recipe and you can cook up a good funnel and a good strategy, right? And so for you guys, like you had a clear target market who had a clear pain point, who knew that they wanted help. So that's like great. They're educated and they're used to buying. Like your market was used to buying and upskilling as well. Number 2 is that because just in case anyone doesn't know, Matt and I are friends with Aaron. So like we catch up, we go out for brunches, whatever, whenever we're back in Australia, and like we can hear the messaging, like the lost art of bodywork, like all of these ways that you guys explain it. We're like, that's a marketer's wet dream. Like that is sick. And then you have all of the social proof, and then you just needed us to come in and like package up the offer properly to make it palatable onto cold traffic and amongst some other ingredients, but those are the 4 core. And then authority being you guys. So it's like, if you can demonstrate you have a proven, repeatable system, you guys are proven because you did it for your own brick and mortar, and then you can show it's repeatable because you had all of these amazing video testimonials. Like when you have that recipe, I know it will work on cold traffic, like every time. And because we're friends, we were like, we feel like you've got like a multi-million-dollar product there. And it's interesting what you said, because I find the same thing with YouTube. Is I get leads, but they're not predictable or consistent. But I'm pretty sure they're going to close. When they come through, like I'm pretty sure they're going to close. At the moment from YouTube, we're probably doing about 10 a month, which is like, that's like qualified that will take the call. So we probably do more like 20, 30, but we cancel them because they're not at the right revenue levels and ad spends and stuff. And I know they will close, but ads are a bit different, right? But it's nice to have ads because you get the consistency of pipeline. Is that like the major benefit you found from ads as well?
Yeah, 100%. It's just the abundance and consistency for sure. And like you said, the organic ones are always going to be there and they're just going to tick away. But you can't, I feel like you can't, you're pulling your hair out if you're just relying on that. Like there's some businesses out there that are huge that can rely on that, like without ads for sure, I guess. But yeah, I feel like if you really want to scale it, and what I've realized in the last 6 months since working with you guys is you have to. And so yeah, I'm pumped that it's just worked and see where we can take it now.
Yeah. And it's like a sphere of influence, right? Like no one just sees your ads and they're like, oh, I wouldn't mind giving you a few $1,000s. Like there's a sphere of influence. They go and look at your YouTube, which helps then. Like that happens for us. Like, oh, I checked you out on YouTube. You seemed legit. So then I booked a call, and then they see an ad again and they'll see, a few different ads a few different times, and then they go through that. So it's about creating like an ecosystem to get attention and not just trying to rely on ads or just trying to rely on content. So for you guys, we've got YouTube and we've got ads. Are there any other ways that you bring in your leads and coaching students or clients for the brick and mortar?
Well, a lot of it, I mean, not a lot of it, but sometimes it's actually clients. Like clients actually come, experience the work, they love it. They may be at a bit of a crossroads with their own career, and they see from coming into the clinic how amazing the culture is and the vibe and how everyone's so happy and energetic. And they go, I want some of that. And that's what happened with my dad. He was around the place. He was receiving treatments, coming to our classes. And I said to him one day, why don't you just do our course? And he did, and now he's one of our most successful full-time members of staff. And so, yeah, that's probably another big one that we rely on, is just like people experiencing our vibe and frequency and just thinking, how can I jump on board as well? Which is testament to what we're building, and it's awesome when that happens, because that just is such validation that we're creating something really special. And yeah, I think the ecosystem thing is so valuable about the trust, isn't it? Like anyone can put out ads, but if they see your ad and they're interested, but then they go to your ecosystem and there's not much happening on Instagram. There's no YouTube channel. The website's a bit like, it's just the trust is just broken there straight away. And I actually, the video you posted about our channel yesterday on YouTube, I saw one of the comments was just like, what if you're not good on camera, or you know what I mean? Like, not everyone's good at that. And I would put that back on them, saying, well, get better at it. Do it. Like, we weren't that good on camera when we first started, so anyone can learn a skill. It's just a skill. And if you don't do videos and you don't do YouTube and you don't create good social media content, you're affecting that ecosystem, which is going to then affect your traffic and going to affect your conversion and going to affect your revenue and then going to affect the viability of your business. And so, yeah, I would really put it on people to just put themselves in those hard situations and then just build that skill, because, yeah, what's on the other side is success and something that you could really hang your hat on, and it's timeless as well. Like, that YouTube stuff is just timeless, and don't worry if it's crap at the start. Like, go back to our first videos. I encourage people, go to our YouTube content and click oldest on the filter and watch our first videos. They were like a shell of what they are now. And a big part of it is, like, you feel like you have to be contrived, like, I am on video now. But I think, like, it's testament to what you do as well, and it's very similar to us, of like that authenticity that comes through. Like, be yourself, swear if that's you. Do you know what I mean? People like seeing you being authentic, and people can sniff out when you're being contrived, when you're taking the piss, or not taking the piss, but just trying to be someone you're not. You're not going to attract people on the right frequency when you're doing that. And so that's why making our ads was really fun too, because we were able to really just bring some authenticity and some fun, some humor, some crass to the table as well, and people love that. So, yeah, that would be my tip for people that are in that moment of just like, do I start? How do I start? I'm not very good. Just have a go.
It's like, yeah, you don't know, you're not good at anything until you get the sets and reps. And we're both saying, like, we were shit on camera. Like, beforehand, there's something about the camera going in front of your face when you're not used to it. And then you're like, start being like a newsreader, like this weirdo, like weird persona. And it's like, oh, who is that? So for me, I just had to like tell myself my camera was my best friend, and be like, okay, hey bitch, hey Tyler, like let's get into it, and just like be more conversational and like just shake it out of you. And you only get better by doing it. And so for you guys, I know there was like a few things that you guys enjoyed throughout the experience, but like the survey and other things like that. But what did you think was most beneficial, besides getting leads and clients and making money, because that's good? But was there anything that you learnt along the way about the business or about your market that you didn't know beforehand?
Yeah, I guess it was just, the big one was probably just validation of how many people want this and need this. Like, just because I spoke to so many people, like I probably interviewed like 150 people in the space of a few months, and so that was like massive to see that how many humans out there, like for me it was just like, oh my god, people need this everywhere, like literally everywhere. Like, we only targeted Australia, and I know there's people, because we've had people from heaps of different continents join our course before, and we've got people from 5 continents in this one actually, even though we only targeted Australia, which was really cool. But it was just validation for me that like this is our mission, and there are an abundance of people out there that really need this. Like, they need our help, they're lost, they're struggling. And so that was probably a massive thing, in addition to actually everything working, was probably more that whole thing of, because you delivered so many people that are in my industry that are wanting help, like it was just amazing to see how many humans there are out there that actually need this. And you can kind of get pretty insular sometimes, I guess, about, but how many massage therapists are in the world? And, but that's why this was so massive, because I was just like, oh my God, I just spoke to like a tiny little fraction of the people that actually need this. And I felt like there were so many. So that was a big win. Just the way you guys do business, I think, and the way you just manage the account, I think. Like, we had Vinny, I think, who was helping us along the way a lot too, and just his weekly updates, his calls, like his help was amazing as well. So that, like, I guess the counsel, the confidence building, the reassurance was really a big thing for me, especially early doors. And then just, I guess, just came to me then, like, I guess the investment from your side as well, like when we started to get the wins on the table and things were going really well, just how invested your team was, like specifically Matt and Vinny, who I was speaking to a lot, they were celebrating just as hard as we were. So that was a really nice thing that you could just feel like we were all on the same team. So I reckon when you can feel investment from the other side is a big thing when you're doing something new. when you're investing a lot and it's something that's quite when it's new, it's scary, So I think when you can feel that you're supported and reassured is massive.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, Vinny is awesome, and Matt's okay. No, I'm just kidding. He's obviously awesome as well. But that's the thing in like the agency space. Pretty much one of the biggest things I'm screening for, not the biggest, but one of the biggest, is do they care? Like one is like obsession. Do they just like tinker and do funnels and marketing without getting paid? Are they doing it in their spare time? Like, are they absolutely crazily obsessed? Like, are they unreasonably ethical? I'm also looking for that because there's a lot of people not ethical in this space, and we're very careful what clients we bring on board. With great power comes great responsibility. Like, I can't be working with gambling. Like, you can't have the knowledge of psychology and human behavior and, in my opinion, for me personally, go and deploy it into things that I don't believe in. I don't think that's where like our energy should go. And then our team just freaking care. Like, it's insane. Like, and all they're doing all the time is thinking about how to make our systems better. And then the scoreboard is client case studies. How many, like, obviously retention and other things, but it's like the number one scoreboard is, did you turn your client into a case study? Because if you did, that means the client's happy. That means you made them money, and that means you grew their business. And it's interesting because a lot of our team members, they come from other agencies where the client doesn't want to grow, or, they have to just do what the client says. And we have a very different mindset where we say, we're not your waitress, we're your strategist. And you come to us because you want to make more money. So you need to fucking listen to us so that we can help you to get there. So I appreciate you sharing that. And a couple of last questions. Do you have any books that you would recommend anybody read who might be either starting their business journey, that's some people who watch the channel, or even 7-8 figures, anything that you think entrepreneurs and business owners should be force-fed and read?
I think one that's massive is one that you told me about, actually, that I read straight after you told me. That was the E-Myth, I think. That was that's probably an OG one that a lot of people know about. But yeah, that's huge. That's been really big. Just even if you haven't implemented stuff from it, just the knowing, I think, and just the understanding of some of the just things in that book. It's just massive aha moments the whole way through about systems and procedures and the turnkey kind of stuff. It's that really changed the way I see my bricks and mortar business and the online space as well. And it was the reason why that book was so good for me too. It was very validating of like, oh, cool, we do that. Oh, cool, we do that. And so that was another thing that was good about it too, of like, oh, we're doing business pretty good. And the whole way that we do our professional development and communicate with our staff members and just the oneness and the wholeness, the unity, I think within an organization is so important. Like, yeah, if you don't have that unity and if you don't have that bond between the staff and the culture and I guess when you're bringing new people into the business, I feel like one of the biggest things that I did at MMT when I came in is like painting a pathway of progression within the business. Do you know what I mean? If people don't see themselves actually excelling and progressing and steps and climbing the staircase, if you haven't done that when they join the business, you're going to actually have a high turnover rate that's not going to actually be sustainable. And so that's one big thing that I would suggest anyone do with when they're growing their business in terms of staff members, I think is, show them that they can actually excel and have a pathway and really be here for a long time. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to do high turnover. You want to cultivate people for a long, long time. And that's something in the E-Myth that was really validating for me. So yeah, go listen to that, read that. The OG, what's his name again?
I don't know.
I'll put you on the
Is it
spot there a
Michael
little
something?
bit. He reminds me of like a real like colonel, like the Kentucky Fried Chicken kind of colonel kind of bloke.
Yeah, he's I watched a couple of his talks since reading that. I think we read that last year, but like as in like you and I, we read it and spoke about it last year and it was really good. The book that I read recently, or I reread it, I read it years ago when I was still like an employee working for people, so I had a very different mindset now, but From Good to Great. I think you would love that as like the next book club, good to great. And Aaron, where can people find you after this?
Yeah, I guess, we're in Melbourne. We've got 2 bricks and mortar businesses in Melbourne, Richmond and Furniture Gully. So we've got, what have we got now? 22 practitioners that work with us. So you can catch all different types of people. Just go to our website. If you've got pain, if you're suffering, if you're not getting results with your body, you want to get fitter, you want people that are in your corner really backing you and pushing you to be the best version of yourself. That's what our staff members are going to be able to do for you. So you can peruse through our website and pick the person that resonates with you the best, and you're going to get the best bodywork in the world, literally. All right. So yeah,
Yes.
find us in Richmond and Ferntree Gully. Obviously YouTube and Patreon, you can check us out as well. And I guess if you're a body worker, yeah, if you want better results and you want two guys that are going to coach the absolute shit out of you and mentor you to once again become the best version of yourself, look at our page and see if it resonates with you. And yeah, over 14 weeks we can turn you into an absolute weapon too.
Amazing, Aaron. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing your time and energy and wisdom.
Thank
I always
you, Alicia.
appreciate it.
No, I
I'll
appreciate
chat to you
that, mate.
soon.
Thanks, mate. Bye.